I personally think these things have the coolest name in all of barbecue.
And I personally think that they're incredibly overrated. They look cool, they sound cool, but to me, it's one of those things that you make once and you're never going to want to make again.
I'm making them next week.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I will. I've had so many requests for them already again. The name to me is super cool. They really do look like a shotgun shell. I'm jealous. I don't know who invented them, but I'm jealous that I didn't think of it.
Yeah, but why can't you just eat the pasta on the side with the meat and the bacon? Why does it have to smoke that?
That's like saying, why can't you eat the mashed potato on the side instead of having it in a pierogi? It's gotta be packaged together. These all start with simple ingredients. You might even have these in your pantry right now and in your freezer. You got your ground beef, your bacon, your cannelloni. Okay, not to be confused with cannoli. Okay, a lot of people get those confused. Cannoli's the dessert, cannelloni is the pasta. So my tip for these is you gotta parboil.
Even if they're oven ready?
These ones are oven ready. I personally don't believe oven ready.
I know. Is it oven ready?
What did they do? Oven ready mean?
I think they just write it on the box and hope that you don't ask any questions.
I think so too, because they look and feel and smell like regular cannelloni that are not oven ready. I don't trust it. I parboiled these for 4 minutes. They were basically, yeah, I did lose one. I was hoping no one could see that.
As soon as you started tipping the box, I'm like, those are not going to go in gracefully.
So I did parboil them for 4 minutes. They were pretty much cooked. Okay. Then I just got the faucet, got some cold water, just gave them a rinse, which you don't do that if you're making normal pasta. Okay?
No, but you did this to stop the cooking process.
She's got it.
It's not my first time.
Okay.
Not my first time making it.
You put those off to the side. Then I just looked in my fridge, saw what I had in there because I wanted to mix some delicious, flavorful items into the ground beef.
Well, you lost me at flavorful because this disgusting garlic wrecked it. But
I knew that was coming. I put that in there for you.
Fresh garlic would have made these incredible.
So I added jalapenos, green onions, the garlic, some barbecue rub, and some beer, okay?
Ooh.
I wanted to, and I had look, this little tiny little amount of cheese.
Why not?
It's not enough to make you feel like it's cheesy, but I just had that cheese in, so I'll throw that in there too. I added this beer because I wanted the mixture to be soft enough that I could pipe it into the cannelloni.
Ooh. So it is kind of like making a cannoli, except you're replacing the ricotta with meat.
Okay, yeah, maybe they are very similar. Cannoli, the names, maybe, I can't speak Italian, unfortunately.
I know, we're like a sham. We're like true Canadian, very little parts Italian.
Yeah, because I don't know what either of them mean. I don't care. They're both delicious on their own, but that was my logic here. Throw some beer in there, throw some beer in me while I'm cooking, and just to make the meat a little bit more softer so that I could pipe it in, okay? So I think that you gotta smell your mixture to make sure it was seasoned enough. Mm-hmm. I did. It smelled righteous. Decided to throw it into the Ziploc bag.
I think you can smell if something is salty enough.
You can.
I don't know why, but I feel like because when things are coming in through your nose, it is hitting your tongue in a way. Like I feel like you can get if it's salted to perfection or not.
I kind of agree, but that's why the things that are stinky, you're like, that's what this would taste like.
Ew! It's so true.
Okay, so you get your meat, you put it in the Ziploc bag, you start piping it through. Because these are already cooked, I didn't want to waste time with pipe it through the actual cannelloni, pipe it through the other side. I gave it a snip because since these are wrapped in bacon, my logic was no one's going to even know that they were ever snipped.
I think that's genius. I've tried to make these without, first of all, parboiling them and then cutting them down the center. It is tricky, and inevitably you're never going to get the filling right to the center.
Exactly.
It's hard. You don't know if it's there or not. You're trying to hold it up to the light to see if you filled it enough. So I think you can ensure that it's an even amount of filling throughout.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm not into wasting time on this. These are finicky enough. I was like, I need to just get in there. You can see, you're right. I don't want to hold something up to the light to see if it's filled through.
And that's a mess, regardless of if you have it in a bag or not. I've tried to do that. You don't know where it's going. It's spilling off the sides. You're trying to cram it in there. I think that's fantastic, and nobody is going to know.
Agreed. And to be honest, my idea with the beer going in there, I don't really think it made a difference. Like, I wanted it to be more softer, more malleable to go through the Ziploc bag. So that's why even more so, give it the snip and just get it in, just pipe it in there, because it's not like it's like a cheesy concoction. Something cheesy you can pipe through and it would be fine. Meat doesn't pipe as well as you think it's going to be piped.
But did the beer give it a good flavor?
Yes. In terms of flavor, obviously anything that you add beer to, it's going to give it some nice, delicious flavor. But in terms of the reason why I added it, which was to make it more malleable, it didn't really add anything there.
Okay, so you're adding 1 whole piece of bacon per shell.
You got it. A whole piece of bacon wrapped around there is exactly perfect. You don't want to do half. You want to do all of it, because through the smoking process, the pasta, regardless of it being cooked or not, it will dry out. So the way to keep it nice and juicy and supple is get that bacon wrapped around it. Anything that the bacon isn't touching, you're gonna make it, it's gonna come out crispy.
Yeah, it's gonna dry out.
Yeah, which I kind of like a little bit of a crispiness on the outside, but not enough that you can't chew your way through.
No.
Now, these went into the smoker. You could leave them as is. They're gonna be flavorful. But we're barbecue girls. We love our barbecue sauce.
Oh, we sure do.
So I had some barbecue sauce in my fridge, because we always do. Who doesn't have a jar of barbecue sauce hanging out in
That's
their
a good
fridge?
one, too.
I absolutely love that one.
Yeah.
So I just brushed a couple layers. I think this is 3 layers worth of barbecue sauce on these. You let it go into the smoker, give it every 10 minutes, give it a layer, and then you end up with that luscious, gorgeous color. Can I have a round of applause for the color? Yeah.
I take it back.
By that.
I take it back. These do look phenomenal. The only reason why I said they're overrated to me is
Come
because...
on. There's nothing overrated about that.
I just, left to my own...
Mini smoke ring.
Mini smoke ring!
You know that's adorable.
It is adorable, but left to my own devices, I hate finicky stuff. I will always try to take the easier route instead of making something that with stuffing and whatever. I just that's not for Kiki. But Kiki don't play like that.
Kiki plays like that. She makes Vietnamese spring rolls all the time.
Yeah, but I love them. But you know what I do way more than that is I
know you better than you know yourself.
Okay, I do love Vietnamese spring rolls, but 9 times out of 10, I will just turn that into a bowl. The same exact ingredients, and I just mound it up.
Kiki rocks her bowls. That's more like it.
Because it's like sometimes I just am too hungry, and it's like the finicky stuff. But for something like this, I think it is worth it. Because
it's worth it. Would I make these for myself if I was just making dining alone? Probably not, but I am going to make these for backyard barbecues. I am going to make these the next time I have to go out to a potluck, because that's traveling well.
Oh, yes.
Those are going to heat up well. Even if they're at room temperature, they're going to be delicious. So I think it's something you're going to want to make when you're trying to impress people.
Now, I agree with that, but the only thing that I am not agreeing with here is your choice of dunking sauce.
Oh, here we go. What do you think that is? Do you even know what that is?
It's gravy.
Who's disagreeing with gravy?
Do I even know what that is? It's clearly gravy.
That could be something. It could be a peanut sauce.
Is that a real au jus sauce?
Ooh, that would be good.
No, okay, I would say...
No, au jus actually is
what is an au jus?
It doesn't even have the viscosity. It's just water.
Yeah, it's like beefy water. No,
yeah.
I was going to say, to me, these would be perfect with something creamy. Like a Caesar, a really
ranch.
Garlicky ranch. That's where you lost me on the gravy.
Okay, but dunk, or also I served these to my partner, obviously, as well. He requested a marinara. No. So I gave him but because of the cannelloni.
Yeah, I could see that too.
He wanted to go marinara, so he had his bowl of marinara, his bowl of groovy, and he liked them both equally. I didn't really want marinara with this because it kind of lost me with the barbecue sauce. I'm like, I want some gravy, and the gravy was perfect, but I will give it to you, the creamy dunker idea.
I will always go
phenomenal.
Creamy. Like, I would dunk anything in mayo if it wasn't bad for the physique.
You have and you will again.
That's true. When do I care?